scientists, wait for it, whenever it's something involving scientists, you know it's some bullshit. But they saying they have found evidence of a planet in our solar system. This is after April 8th, mind you. Kind of funny on the coincidences here. The new findings represent the strongest statistical evidence yet that Planet 9 exists. What can this be? Possibly our three-body problem.
Hello my friends, this is Linol Anderson here with you guys at the brand new YouTube BitChute video, and as you can see, we started you guys off with that video today showing you Planet X, Planet 9 as they call it, is back in the news. As of just a few days ago, they got new evidence for Planet 9, which is also known, as I said, as Planet X, or as the ancients called it, Nibiru. That's right. So what's going on with that? What did they find? And what does this all mean? And then we're also going to get into some interesting things that are happening worldwide, from the Sahara dust happening in Greece and it's spreading all throughout Europe. What's up with that? Could that be connected to Nibiru? Are they telling us the full truth of that? Well, we're going to get into that. And also, what happened in the UK with that bloody horse running around? Could that be a ritual connected to any of these end time prophecies? Oh, we're going to get into all that and much more in today's video. So let's just get right into it. I'm just going to ask you guys, hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video. As I say, subscribe to survive. And also hit the like button. Helps old Lionel out with the algorithms. So let's just get right into it. So what is this new stuff that they just found out? Because as you can see, all you got to do is type in Planet 9 and it's all over on a search engine. Take a look. That's right. So why are they disclosing this to us? They've denied Planet 9 or Planet X, Nibiru, all these years, but now we seem to be getting more and more disclosure that there's something there, and there's a reason for that. So pretty much what they confirmed with the evidence they found is, I actually got a video to show you guys, okay, and pretty much it's a video from last year, 2023, on the news, speaking about what they think is going on here, and pretty much this new evidence that was just revealed confirmed what I'm about to show you in this video from last year, and they confirmed it. The evidence is that they ran computer simulations to confirm pretty much what I'm about to show you. So take a look. This is what they're talking about.
All about the numbers. So two scientists are playing around with numbers and they think what?
They think, this doesn't add up.
Yeah.
We need to ask some other folks to take a look at this for us and tell us if we're crazy. And sure enough, that's what they did. The Caltech astronomers looked at the number and said, you know that idea about there being another planet? That's not a crazy idea. It looks like it's really possible. So now what they'll do is they'll let this information out to the rest of the astronomical community to try to help figure out what's going on, to make sure that everything's correct. And now they'll also do the observations.
And some have already stepped forward to say they're convinced.
Well, it is... yes, they are pretty well convinced now. They need the visual evidence to back it up because, as I said, the numbers don't lie.
Okay, so how hard is it going to be able to get the visual evidence? Here's a number I was interested in, read in the paper. Pluto, at its most distant, is 4.6 billion miles from the sun.
Right.
This new planet would be about 20 billion miles from the sun.
It's even further out than that at its greatest extent. But the point is that we now can develop instrumentation that goes on big telescopes around the world that will give us the chance to see this, that will give us the capability to see it. But the real trick is we have to know where to look, and right now we don't know exactly where to look. But astronomers are incredible hunters that can figure this out.
The numbers are awesome.
In a celestial game of hide and seek, scientists tantalize us with the prospect of a hidden Planet 9 lurking beyond Neptune. With whispers of its existence growing louder, astronomers analyze the peculiar orbits of distant objects, hinting at a cosmic interloper. Enter Sedna, the enigmatic dwarf planet whose erratic path fuels speculation. Dubbed P9, this elusive world teases our imaginations, evoking both excitement and skepticism.
There you have it, my friends. Okay? So the new evidence pretty much confirms everything they were just saying there, because they ran some computer simulations and it appears that this is the case. And I know what a lot of you people are thinking. They're saying, Nibiru's not real, Planet X isn't real, we live in under the dome, right? The Earth is flat. That's what a lot of people are saying. And hey, I agree that Nibiru is not what you think it is. The planets are not what you think they are. They are all local because we are within a simulation, okay? And yes, it's a closed system. So the sun, the moon, the planets, they're all local underneath this frequency field barrier, which some people call the firmament. Yes, planets, and I'm going to be making a video soon that goes deep into this subject on the planets and what they truly are. But there are more of these luminous energetic points and also portals to other realms that are within the simulation. Like I said, I'll be making another video on that. But they are real, though. It's not completely fake, but it's just not what you think they are. And Nibiru, okay, is the same thing. It's actually a fourth dimensional object that is within our simulation. It's actually within the construct, and it's being brought in here by CERN technology. What do you think all this CERN is about? It's opening up portals to the fourth dimension? Well, that's what Nibiru is. It's a realm, a fourth dimensional realm where all these negative entities are, and it's also part of the weaponry to reset the simulation. That's why Nibiru always causes cataclysms. It's a weapon, okay? And it's being used by these astral reptilian entities and the psychopaths here on Earth to open up these portals to come through, pretty much to reset the simulation. And yes, as it gets closer, it looks like a big planet. It's connected to Nemesis, the Black Sun, and the new simulation they're about to bring in. Okay? And a lot of people like to sit there and say, oh, Nibiru's not real. People have been saying Nibiru's coming for years. It still hasn't come. And hey, a lot of people, probably part of these psychological operations, have come out and set dates saying Nibiru's going to be here this day and the world's going to be destroyed. And all that is done is hurt the truth movement about what's actually going on. But with that being said, Nibiru is here. For the people, oh, it's never going to come. It is here. If you don't realize what's going on here and how everything is connected to the arrival of this Nibiru event, then you're blind. I'm sorry. Everything going on in the world right now is connected. And millions of people worldwide right now who are sensitive to energy are going through this ascension process, and we feel these energetic changes. It's all related to that, my friends. It's all related to that. All these depopulation agendas, all of it. The reset, Great Matrix Reset, it's all connected. And guess what? People are starting to spot it all over the world now. They're trying to cover it up because they don't want the mass panic. So that's why you see these chemtrail operations. They got fake suns up there, sun simulators, doing everything they can to hide it so the public doesn't freak out. But at the same time, they have to disclose it because they always have to tell us the truth. It's part of the rules of the simulation. But people are spotting it. They're recording it and documenting it to the point it can't be denied. So I got a couple videos to show you evidence of that. Take a look.
The moon is right there in front of the sun. Wait, but the moon is over here. Why is the moon right there? Oh, that's weird.
What is a solar eclipse, right? Here's the thing. The solar eclipse is when the moon goes in front of the sun from your point of view. But nobody from any camera, from any angle, from the space station, from an airplane with infrared lenses, anywhere has ever seen the sun, the moon, approach the sun disk, eclipse the sun disk, or exit the sun disk. But when you look at the eclipse, we're not seeing the moon, we're seeing the sky. It's like a piece of the sun is missing, a piece of the sun is missing. The sun and the moon that we see are not the real sun and moon. They're a projection into what I call our personal atmospheric dome. It's a projection. The actual sun itself is within the firmament.
The skies have been clearing up. Wanna see Nibiru? There he is. Adjust my glasses a little. I'm using polarized sunglasses over my camera lens on my phone. Let's see. We'll see if we can darken the image a little bit more. Ah, yes. There it is. So, there's what I believe to be Nibiru.
March the 24th, 2024. I captured this on March the 20th at 7 a.m. and the time now is almost 8 o'clock, and we have the sun looking like this again. Again, there's a planet underneath it. We're here in lower Alabama. Sorry, you guys, trying to zoom in. And it's still pulsating really strongly like it was the other day. So yeah, I'm trying to zoom in, you guys, to see how it's still pulsating. And it's even pulsating like this even to the naked eye. I'm trying to get it closer. Sorry, you guys, I'm zooming in and zooming out trying to get it. There we go. Am I...
There you go, my friends. Lots of people saw some action with the eclipse there on the 8th. A lot of people saw different planetary objects. There's going to be multiple different planetary objects. Of course, there's the Nibiru, there's the Black Sun, Nemesis, there's even the Phoenix as well. There's multiple different objects. We are in a war. You guys got to realize that we're in an intergalactic war with interdimensional entities. There's good entities, bad entities. There's a much bigger situation playing out than you might think. Reality is not what you think it is. And that will lead me into our next topic with what we just saw happen in Greece and then in other parts of Europe and the Middle East, I believe. Take a look.
Today, dust clouds flew in from Africa into Athens, Greece, turning its skies an apocalyptic orange. Look at this. Now, these strong dust clouds actually came from the Sahara Desert. And this is supposed to last until tomorrow evening. Kind of crazy, guys. Some people thought it was the end of the world. Like, they had no idea what was going on.
Alright, so I don't know what's going on. We're back in Greece, by the way, alright?
What
but
the fuck is this?
like, what is going on? I never saw this since I'm here.
It's orange, everything.
It's completely orange. The sun should be there somewhere.
But look there.
I mean, the fact the guy said that, right? This dust storm that flew into Greece is so strong that it literally covered the sun from hitting Greece. Now, I don't know if Greece has ever had anything like this happen to them before, but I mean, that's crazy. It covered the sun completely. So, pretty heavy dust storm if you ask me. And here are some pictures of people with some cityscapes. Like, the pictures look awesome, but just so eerie. Here's a picture of some people hanging out, I'm guessing on a mountain somewhere, and enjoying the view. So yeah, guys, the skies are supposed to clear tomorrow, on Wednesday, April the 24th. But yeah, drop it down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think, because this is crazy.
There you go, my friends. Very interesting stuff, wouldn't you say? And of course, this is actually, when that happened in Athens, Greece, that was 322 days after what we saw in New York when the similar thing happened. Take a look. There you go. Remember that, my friends? They said that was smoke coming from Canada. but it's very odd. So with this stuff in Greece, they're saying it's from the Sahara Desert. It's the dust from the sand. But still, people from Greece are saying they never seen anything like that before. And as you can see, it's covering up the sun. And hey, maybe that is what it is, okay? We are just questioning things here. I'm not saying anything for certain. We are just questioning things, okay? But is it possible that it could be connected to this Nibiru event? Because there's a little something that happens when this Nibiru event and the Phoenix event, when all these objects come into play here, there's a little something called red iron oxide dust that comes over populations. So I actually had a video to show you of that. But before I show that to you, I just wanted to make it clear, nobody should be in fear of these things. This video is not about putting you in fear. Rather, you should just be prepared, okay? Because in the coming years, things are going to get more and more hectic. But falling into fear is just going to make things worse for you. Matter of fact, if you don't fall into fear and just observe this as the show it is, you're going to be divinely protected and you're going to go down a much better timeline. Okay? You will. That's how this works in this simulation. So don't fall into fear, but yes, we might run into hard times. We already are with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. So just a shout out to my sponsors at Heaven's Harvest. They got emergency survival food buckets that are organic, by the way. They also got seed kits. We got to be growing our own food in the coming years because there's going to be food shortages, all that kind of stuff. And they also have water filtration, where you could take these little devices, go to any water source and filter the water and have clean drinking water. Vital to have that because they are starting to attack the water supply chain with their cyber attacks and all sorts of stuff. A lot of stuff going on. So definitely check out Heaven's Harvest for these food buckets. The link is down below, and if you use my link and use the code listed down below, you'll get yourself a discount and free shipping in the United States. So check it out, and yeah, let's get to that video I was going to show you on this red iron oxide that comes when these Nibiru events happen. Take a look.
They're in space because the astronomers were all watching it, and that was back when they weren't afraid to talk about it. It was in the science magazines. I mean, I had a subscription to, like, Popular Science, and hell, it was on the front cover of the magazine one day in, like, 1961. And I was really excited when I saw it because here's this giant red planet on the horizon of the California coast, and a humongous tidal wave coming in towards the coast, and having grew up in the mountains of the Sierras, and this thing in the magazine, it said this tidal wave coming in was going to be at least 3 miles high, and I went and showed it to everybody in the house, and they laughed, and they said, look, it says right here, there's nothing to worry about. It won't be here for another 50 years. Hey, guess what? That 50 years has came and gone, and this baby's out there in the sky. They've been watching it. I watched it, and I can tell you, this thing has got so much trash coming around it. You know how we live in a solar system? We've got 9 planets and a big sun. This thing has got 7 planets and its own sun. But I believe that instead of having dirt on it like our planet does and water, I think this thing is just a big, bright reddish-orange iron ball because it's giving off all this red iron oxide dust out into the atmosphere. When we saw it, at first, it was just a teeny little red speck of fuzzy red dust in the distance, but over the years as it went by and we watched it, it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And then finally, about '08, we could see this thing like it was across the street, and we could see that it was a blazing hot ball of fire giving out sparkles of red iron oxide dust for thousands of miles in every direction. And you could see the planet circulating it. Now, I'll tell you one thing that I really am nervous about. I think this thing's got a planet like ours circling it. This is its own solar system. We're about to have a solar system come through the middle of our solar system. This can't be good. But unfortunately, it looks as though that's what's going to happen. Hopefully nothing in this mess will hit us, even though it does say it will in the Bible, at least as it does in my Bible. It says we can expect all kinds of problems.
There you go. So as you can see, It seems, however this technology works, when these events come through, this is always what happens. And if you look back throughout history, it appears that these things have been talked about, even in ancient times, about this red dust. If you see in certain movies, they have a lot of predictive programming of this. It's been well documented. Let's just put it that way. So is it possible that with what we just saw in the desert there, or in Greece, that it isn't from the desert? Is it possible that Nibiru or whatever objects that we know are approaching us, that are within this construct, are starting to release this stuff? And remember, it might not necessarily be natural. It might be them doing it, so they could choose to release this dust anytime they want. But it's very possible that that is what's happening. Remember, we're just asking questions and we're exploring the possibilities, because reality is not what it seems. All Lionel is not saying that it isn't 100% of what happened. But we have to question, because you saw in the one video how it's all red. Okay? It could be the red iron oxide. Something to research a bit more. Now, this takes me to our next topic, because, things are getting biblical, as you could see. Because a lot of this stuff, Nibiru, all that, it's all involved in these end-time self-fulfilling prophecies, part of the scriptures, part of the script, right? In the Bible it says there's going to be signs in the sky. It talks about wormwood and stars falling to the earth and all that, earthquakes all around the world, all stuff that's connected. Okay, all these prophecies, the 7 seals, the 7 trumpets of Revelation, it's all connected to exactly what's going on here with the Nibiru event and the reset. All of it, okay? Because they always have to tell you what they're going to do before they do it. It's predictive programming. So, I find it very interesting, because we just had that horse, that bloody horse, and a black horse run throughout the UK in London. So take a look at this.
Oh, well, that's lovely. We have runaway military horses racing through London, with one having blood all over him, and that was the white horse. Oh, and this happens at the same time that Big Ben's hands freeze at 9 a.m. for more than an hour before famous clock sounds the wrong number of bongs. Now, you may be asking, how many bongs did it make? Oh, it made 11 chimes. So it freezes at 9 a.m. and then it bongs 11 times. Some 9/11 symbolism going on? Boy, is the symbolism off the charts. Now, this could all be a coincidence and mean absolutely nothing, or it could be symbolic of the times that we are in and the things coming forth. Because many people believe that we are at the cuffs of the Great Tribulation, where the seals will be broken and the horses shall be released. 2 of those horses being a pale horse and a black horse. But hey, again, this could all just be a coincidence.
There you go, my friends. So, very interesting, eh? You got that Big Ben malfunctioning at 9 a.m. and then ringing 11 times, 9/11. We all know what happened in the 9/11 situation. And around the same time, these horses start running around. And take a look at this bloodied horse, an up-close picture. Take a look. Now, I don't know, my friends. That doesn't look like blood to me. It could be. They say it hit a car or something, but it kind of looks like paint to me. So maybe this was all a ritual event, right? How did these king's horses get loose? As if they're going to let the king's horse run loose, right? And then turns out the day before was some kind of holiday that was connected to it. Take a look. There you go. So something to do with slaying a dragon. I'm not sure what the meaning of if this is connected, but maybe it's telling us that we're in a war against shape-shifting reptilian beings and this big cosmic war is coming. I don't know. Just thinking out loud. But it's interesting about this horse running around, because we have the riders of the apocalypse, right? The 4 horsemen, and it's all part of the seals, and we know there's a lot of evidence pointing towards the first seal of Revelation took place in 2020. and that was everything that we saw in the world with the sickness and the thing they wanted you to get. There was lots of evidence that that was the first seal. And that researcher, Archaics, has figured out with his projections that every 4 years now there's going to be a new seal. So that means 2024 is going to be the second seal of Revelations. And it all started with the eclipse that was connected, because according to the scripture, the rider of the first seal has to have a crown. There you go, and we know that the sun, when it gets an eclipse, it's called a corona. And then I also mentioned in one of my previous videos that they are also saying there's going to be a supernova in the sky. A star was going to explode or something, and it was going to be in the constellation Corona Borealis, which again is crown, and that would be a crown in the sky. Because remember, the Bible always talks in metaphors, so being crowned is going to be a celestial event. So that was more signs that this second seal was about to begin. And then I believe this is another ritual, because of course the second seal is going to be the rider on the red horse. And obviously we don't have red horses, right? So what better way to splash a bunch of paint or blood on a white horse? So red horse. And of course the second seal is to take peace from the earth, and it relates to war, violence, bloodshed. So what a fitting way to have a white horse with red blood or paint or whatever that was, and blood, right? And at the same time, the Big Ben, 9/11, we see all the escalations in the Middle East. We see possible sacrifice of the red heifers coming at some point in the near future. We've been talking a lot about that. It still hasn't happened yet, but we know there's a window up until possibly May 18th for that. And geez, what a holy war will kick off if that happens. And let's just put it this way. There's a plan to bring jihad all over America and the rest of the world, especially in Western countries, European countries. And I believe that is going to be your second seal. I believe the motions are all set. I really hope these things don't happen. Don't get me wrong. I hope that I'm wrong about everything, and I hope all this stuff is just nonsense. But it's really appearing like these things are happening, you know? And I believe it's already begun. We saw that fake bishop get, Murray Mayer, who I exposed in my last video, big staged event there. And that's why I've been telling people it's going to start off with staged events that, of course, the powers that be do, but then the copycats and the actual people, once the tensions start rising, they'll actually go and start committing these things. And that's all part of the plan. It doesn't have to be that way, though. If people would wake up, stop getting divided, stop falling for religious bullcrap, religious deceptions, and stop doing what the NWO wants them to do. Stop worshiping these NWO religious institutions. Stop falling for this divine conqueror hatred. If they would stop that and just unite, love each other, and stop complying with the powers that be, and remember who they truly are, then this stuff doesn't have to happen. It doesn't have to happen. You guys got to remember, just because these may be prophecies, prophecies don't have to come true. The only reason they come true is because we fulfill them. But if we were to wake up and our divine sparks intervene in the process, we could say, no, we're not going to create these self-fulfilling prophecies for you damn archons anymore. Because that's what they are. They're archonic, astral, reptilian, AI demiurge demons at the end of the day. And they need us to manifest their reality for them. So I say, don't be in fear of any of these things. Let's just hope this great awakening spreads. Let's raise our vibration and bring the love into the world. Try to wake up the people. And for those who want to fall into the trap, well, guess what? They're going to go down that negative timeline. The great matrix reset's going to happen with the Nibiru event, and they're going to be recycled into a new simulation, have to go through it all over again. But those of us who did wake up, went with these ascension energies that are coming in, figured out the truth, raised our vibration through love, and stopped playing their games, we are going to ascend right on out of here and go on a much better timeline, another parallel reality, you could say, because all these gateways and portals are opening up, and it's all connected to this end time event known as the Nibiru event, which is the planet of the crossing. A planet is a plane of existence. I've covered this topic greatly in my previous videos, but all these things are not what you think they are, my friends, and I'm going to be doing a video soon talking on the truth of all these planets and all that. It's going to be great, so I hope you've subscribed by this point, because we got a lot to go over, you know, and yeah, check out my previous videos for more clarification on a lot of things we're talking about, and that's it for today's video. So thank you for watching. Hope you subscribe by this point, and if you want more content, I'm on Patreon. Exclusive content on Patreon. Ascend to 5D class, health class. I got a free trial of the occult class, so you can check that out. Link is down below. If you'd like to just simply buy old Linol a coffee for my efforts to bring this content to you guys, your support means the world, because it helps me to do what I do, to show you all these things and take you to different locations around the world to show you all this cool stuff. So it means the world to me. The links are down below to the Buy Me a Coffee as well. And of course, I always will send you exclusive Patreon videos you won't see anywhere else to your email address as a thank you, because I always like to give back. Okay, my friends? And yes, stay tuned, because I got a huge video coming up next that's going to blow your mind on what they're doing to humans and changing us into another version of a human. So stay tuned for that. Until next time, old Lionel signing off. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of today's video. And yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' feedback. Cheers.